Greetings and good afternoon. What we observe are the given convoys carrying the Trident D5S2s, and what we can observe is the atomized plume, the photons, the uranium, the cesium leaking from Trident and the D5S2s. In those days, it was the earlier version. I think the Trident 1, then you had the Trident 2, but these are the convoys that carried that. The police outriders escorting the convoy were contaminated, and indeed those of the crews, the people inside the trucks, and indeed also those to whom were what we define as those accompanying the convoy. These convoys in particular went from, I suppose, it was on the Channel 4 film about the convoys moving in 1993 to whereby you had serious anomalies of where atomized plume and nuclear pollution, radii, uranium-238, cesium, high fissionous particles were going very quickly to and fro from these vehicles, the convoys that carried the Tridents. And there you can see in the road the motorway, to which has a form of diffuse uranium embedded, which is around about there in the road. It diffuses through because they're very energized particles. And they literally go through matter and mass, including the outrider there, where it's coming out the side of the lorry, going through the bike, going through the given likes of even the body of the accompanying outrider. And there you see the plume trail, the spheres, energized particles within the lorry. The people that sat in there, they were heavily contaminated, as would the driver of the HGV. These people were never told anything. The film crew never got compensated by Channel 4, and neither did the likes of, I think it's the likes of Mr. Richardson, who made the film, and his film crew, who got stopped by the MOD. But then you can see here, as what was Greenpeace and Friends of the Earth and many others, Stop the War Coalition and all these other people were saying all along, that these things were polluting heavily and corroding infrastructure, corroding bridges, corroding roads. And these things only had tarpaulin. They had no forms of nuclear containment in terms of the energized particles, which you can see. Yeah. They went through, I think, Liverpool, Yorkshire, Scotland, in Glasgow, Faslane, and indeed many other places as whatever these convoy routes took. And you can see the energized particles. So it's just a matter of reference. There are many people for best part of well over 30 odd years never paid any damages or compensation. The police outriders that accompanied these convoys, they never got any compensation either. It's a matter for their trade unions that can go and bring in lawyers and petition for compensation. You can see the radii plume on the police bike and the body of the policeman, to which the pollution trail was coming from the lorry and the HGV. They were carrying the Trident D5S2s. The people en route that climbed on the lorries, they would have got contaminated. Many people, and it was kept covered up by our government.